And now, all right, let's get going with Story Smash. Storytelling game show. Please welcome the creator and host of Story Smash, Christine Blackburn.
The storytelling game show. Holy cow, we're at Big Bear Lake, and I couldn't be more excited. Thank you so much for having us come up here. We're all really happy to be here. Spent the day out on the lake. Just fabulous. And in fact, I had a house here for about 12 years. So I know the area, super happy to be here. And now let's start right away with our game show, Story Smash. Alright, you guys, first thing to do is to reveal the Wheel of Stories. Oh. There are 12 permanent topics on the wheel. Topics like vacations, birthdays, ghost stories, and lots of other topics. Contestants will come up, spin the wheel, and they will land on a topic, and that's the true story they will tell. There's also an extra space that says free, and if they land on free, they can tell any story from the topics on the wheel. There's also 3 spaces that say audience, and if the contestants land on audience, and they always do, that's when you guys have the opportunity to give us your storytelling topics and ideas. One of our expert judges will choose one to be the topic for the contestant. And speaking of expert judges, let's bring them on right now. All right, guys. This first judge coming to the stage is a comedian and a writer. He's a broadcaster for the LA Derby Dolls, and you can hear him on the Nerd Poker podcast with Brian Posehn. Please put your hands together for the very talented Blake Capel! Here he comes! All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next expert judge, she's a comedian and an artist. She performs comedy all over the city of Los Angeles. And right now, you can see her in the Apple Plus documentary, Sorry Not Sorry. Put your hands together for the very talented Abby Chapman! Modern Family for its entire 11-year run. He has won 5 Emmy Awards, and he'll never let us forget it. We're sure to get Kenny Zuko! Well, we are so excited to have these judges here. And tonight we're going to be playing 3 rounds of the game. In the first round, our contestants are going to come up and they're going to tell a true 1-minute story. And if the contestant goes over their time, they've got to watch that clock. Because if they go over their time, they're going to hear this.
Silence. They're going to hear absolute silence.
Those are corny, guys.
They're going to hear this. Oh yeah, they're going to hear that. Thank you, Brian. By the way, Brian over here, Brian Adams on sound. And you want to hear something pretty damn interesting? Brian Adams is a 4-time Jeopardy champion. Oh my
And he wrote Summer of 69.
Say it again.
He wrote Summer of 69.
And cuts like a knife. And it feels so right.
Now let me ask
It's like a
you.
knife.
That's right. Now the second round, same thing. They come up, they tell a true 2-minute story. And the third round, only 2 contestants come back, and they tell a true 3-minute story. Danny, what do you think is harder to tell? A 1-minute story, a 2-minute story, or a 3-minute story?
Okay, buckle up, because this is going to be a long story. I think a 1-minute story for me would be the hardest. I'm fairly verbose. By verbose, I mean like I talk a lot. I think it started for me when I was a little child. I needed enough attention from Daddy, and in a way I was chasing it. Oh, wait. You said that, that's brilliant.
Brian, you can turn the music down. Good enough. Abby, what do you think? A 1-minute story, 2-minute, 3-minute?
Listen, I'm still working on showing up. I think showing up is the hardest thing. So I give everybody credit for showing up.
Well, you're very generous. I'm not
I think a 3-minute story is very hard because, see?
Well, we're very excited to play tonight, and I do want to remind all of the contestants that we do fact check every story. All right, you guys, I'm going to reach into the Story Smash Can of Truth, and we're going to start this game right now. All right, you guys, my hand is in the Story Smash Can of Truth.
Whoa.
Can of Truth.
There goes one right there, and let's look at this name. See, now this is the audience member.
We don't start with the audience.
Can't start with the
You
audience.
can't start with the audience.
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure.
This pressure's got to stop.
That's right. We're going to stop the pressure.
Not at this altitude.
That's right. Oh, I know who's coming up. This is very exciting. Now, this contestant coming to the stage right now, music, yeah. This contestant coming to the stage right now, she's a comedian, and check this out. She was born and she grew up in Los Angeles. She's the one. And are you ready for this? She almost drowned when she was a child right here in Big Bear Lake. Let's give it up for the very talented Tina Camejo!
This has been brought to you by Swiffer. When you don't really feel like cleaning anything, don't really clean anything with Swiffer.
Alright, breakup. So it's a true 1-minute story. Whenever you're ready, Tina.
Okay. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, right. So I met this guy at the gym, which I don't think is the right place to meet a guy, right? You don't want to disturb someone at the gym. He comes up to me, he's like, "Excuse me, miss." And I'm like, "Yeah?" He's like, "Stop sniffing the weight bench." And I'm like, I could think of a more original breakup line. A pickup line. So anyway, we go out for a few months. He was very generous at first. He said, "Get ready for a long romantic drive." Apparently that meant me driving while he did Uber Eats. And he was the first man that ever opened the car door for me, right? Technically it was a golf cart, it had no doors, but still. Anyway, a few months later he calls me, he's like, "Look, I'm sorry, Tanya." I'm like, "It's Tina, but go on." "I can't be with you because I have a girlfriend back in my country. I can't sleep with you behind your back." I said, "Put her on a call, we can do it on Zoom, I don't mind."
I mean, this is why I would never pick up anybody at a gym or go to a gym. It's just asking for trouble. Hey, that's a great story. What do you think? That first story? What made it all everything. I'm doing Blaine's way, but great job. I give you 18 million points.
That's a lot of points. Abby Schaffner, what did you think?
Well, I thought it was wonderful. I love the sniffing element. That sounds very, earthy and manly. And look at you, that was a more successful relationship than I've ever had. And a more successful story. It had a nice beginning, middle, end. I appreciated it, so I enjoyed 3 dumbbells.
3 dumbbells. All right. And Blanche Patch, what do you think?
I have 2 questions. First of all, what was his home country? What was his old country?
He had a very thick accent. I never really, What?
You never asked him where he was in.
I did, but he was like Mongol, maybe Jordan or something like that, What the smoking was, like he was a heavy smoker.
So you
Was it
just-
Chip?
So you
He
didn't
worked
know
there.
You didn't know what country he was from, and you're going to add that he broke up with you. I have another question. How did you almost drown in Big Bear Lake?
I was on a jet ski as like a 5-year-old, and my parents went too fast. They turned, and we went overboard.
You were on the back of the jet ski.
Yeah, or the middle, but it turned overboard. So.
And then did you have a life jacket on?
Yes, of course. And I thought I saw Ursula on the lake.
Did you ever see your parents again?
Unfortunately, yes.
Tina Camejo, give her a big round.
Excellent Mike Sandler. Excellent Mike Sandler.
Yeah, that's right.
Freddie Mercury-esque.
That was a great story, and that's exactly how we play the game. And
That's
now-
our show, everybody. Thanks for coming out
That's
tonight.
right, thanks so much. We appreciate your time. All right, no, this is exciting. comes the second contestant. This guy, he is a comedian and an actor. He performs all over Los Angeles. He's best known for his work in scores of commercials and his voiceover acting work in video games. Please welcome the very talented Zach Mendes.
It's been brought to you by Jack Daniels 2% milk. 2% milk, 98% Jack Daniels. Get your breakfast on.
I did not want pets. Okay, I got it. When I go home to Virginia to visit my parents, I sleep in my dead great-grandmother's room, and she died there. And me and my sister think it's haunted. I said goodnight to my parents, and I took a puff of marijuana, and I tried to go to sleep, and I heard sounds. I thought a ghost was trying to communicate with me, so I communicated back. I asked questions, should I keep acting? Should I keep doing comedy? And I was getting the affirmative. I'm a spiritual guy. I thought I was talking to the other side, people. I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, I go downstairs and talk to my very gruff and Spanish father. And I tell him, I talked to my dead great-grandmother. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I talked to her. I heard noises last night. He goes, was it in the walls? I said, yeah, how'd you know? He goes, that is not your dead great-grandmother. Those are the raccoons that we found in our walls. My mother feeds a family of raccoons a full dinner every night, and she treats them like her pets, and they've gotten so comfortable, they moved into the walls. They did, however, give me great advice. So if you ever see a raccoon, ask it a question. You'll get some safe wisdom.
That was like everything from like M. Night Shyamalan to like Good Night Moon. That was like children's book, but otherworldly. I love that. I like to combine those forces. I give you 3 old houses and all the haunted house money that comes with it.
Everything from dead grandmas to paying rent in the walls with a raccoon. That story had everything. You know who really liked that story? That giant white fucking dog that's in there. How big is that dog? It's like 3 dogs in a dog suit. 18 million points. Hold on.
Here's the thing, and I was really rooting for you. I'm sure you've run into this. As handsome people, we're often underestimated because we're so symmetrical and desirable. Yeah. And so people think we don't have that, the storytelling ability. And they see, I remember, damn, this guy's, what a himbo. But I think you represented us really well, and 9 million points and bronze.
Thank you.
So Jim Coughlin's coming up, and he's going to give Danny Zucker the Story Smash Bucket of Truth.
Who will it be?
And let's find out who's playing the game tonight. By the way, this is not easy, so we're going to be very nice to these people. Whoever comes up, let's be nice.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Danny Zucker, who's playing the game?
Okay. It is the wine guy, Ryan D. The wine guy, Ryan. Are you coming? Are you going to dazzle us? He knows he's about to nail it. Call your family.
Very exciting. All right, so tell him what to do.
Yeah.
It's been brought to you by 3 Guys Burgers. Fuck those other 2 guys. 3 Guys Burgers. They know what they did.
Isn't this interesting? All right, audience. what story do you want to tell on that wheel?
I'll go vacation.
Vacation, that's a good topic.
Vacation. My honey, I'm not very happy with you right now at all. I'm definitely not drunk enough. But my favorite vacation is our honeymoon when we were 13 years ago, and we actually went to Cabo. And we felt like we were by far the younger couple there. I think it was a lot of second marriages there. And so everyone actually really liked us a lot. They bought us a lot of drinks. And we met this guy from Rhode Island. His name was Ron. We were pretty sure he was in the mafia. And he actually paid for a chartered fishing trip for us on our last day. And I get a little seasick. I live in the lake, so I can handle the lake. I can't handle the ocean. And he paid $500 for us to go out there. Thank God he did not see us come back 45 minutes later when I got very sick. Missy also got sick too. I'm going to throw you on the bus right now too. She had to jump in the ocean to go to the bathroom. And, yeah, love you, honey. And Mario, our fish boat captain, he was very bummed because we didn't catch any fish. And,
Whoa, that was quite a story. It's not easy to do it. You can stay over there on the microphone. Unless you want to make out or something, I'm not sure. Kenny, no, light the patch.
There's a lot of drinking in that story. First of all, your name is the wine guy. You drank wine, you're on your honeymoon, and you went to Cabo, like the tequila. There's a lot of drinking involved. But I gotta say, my favorite part is when your wife took a shit in the ocean.
I didn't say that.
It was implied.
I'd also like to talk about how brave it is for you, like having an incontinent wife like that. I'm teasing. I'm trying to get you in trouble. Hey, that's hard to do. Come out of the audience. You were dreading it at first I felt like you know that dream where you're in a dream and you're at a concert piano in front of Carnegie and you're like, I don't play piano. Like that's what it felt like. You rose to the occasion. Yeah, your story didn't really have a satisfying end.
I needed a minute and a half.
I told you, it's hard. Look at me right now. 8 million points.
That's a lot of money.
I was enjoying the cast of characters. There was Ron, Mario, your wife. Well, I love 13. It's my favorite number, and I love that you had a honeymoon. Look at you're still married, and you can have fun and show up and still grow. I think that's fantastic. I give you 5 conch shells.
But finally, it is time for the third contestant in the first round, the fourth contestant in the first round, and let's put our hands together now for this person. He is a comedian and an actor, and he does sets all over Los Angeles. He also writes fiction. He has his latest piece of fiction is called The Bringer Show. It's about having an open micer who gets some shit. Well, that's interesting. Available on Amazon. Please put your hands together for Craig Spivak.
I'm a writer.
He's a writer.
It's been brought to you by car alarms. Letting you know a motorcycle went by. Car alarms. Looking up.
Show guys. Hey, I did photography and I did videography at a bar mitzvah. I did at bar mitzvahs and stuff like that. I'm a Jew. And thank you. Awesome. So one time the client, she stiffed me on the money, and I was like, all right, whatever. But I met the photographer, the stills photographer for the bar mitzvah, and she was a nice Jewish lady, and she invited me over, and she cooked a horrible meal for me because she's Jewish. Sorry. And then we tried to have sex, and I'm not good at the sex, and we tried to have sex 3 times. I ejaculated 3 times. I did not get my penis inside her vagina. Thank you.
That's an amazing story.
As a Jew, this story is a hate crime. I think that the first beat after you say, I'm a Jew, should not, for our sake, hinge on money, not payment. We're trying. But you were very funny. I think that well, I personally can't relate to not getting into the vagina. Yeah, it was funny all the way through. You're a funny dude, man. Killer. However many, I give you $1 billion check.
All right. Abby Schreckner. Abby.
Well, look it, that was vulnerable. We got a hand up.
I have a question.
Question in the audience.
Is that a circumcision problem?
When was it not?
Well, I don't want to put your foreskin back on, but I guess I commend however you left that house that day. The end of that day affair, after coming 3 times without, I'm going to say even touching her, just like looking at her. No, Craig, I always enjoy you. I give you a lot of bar mitzvah money.
Like the patch.
She can't cook, you can't fuck, what's not to love?
You killed it, dude.
All right, next thing. Wow. Let's not be remiss not to tell you what these fine people are going to win here. If they win the show tonight, they are walking away with my homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Don't eat them before you drive, that's all I'm saying.
And guess what? There's more. There's more over there, contestants. If you win tonight's game, you're going to get 2 tickets to the Mountain Room Escapes right here in Big Bear Lake. Get over there, enjoy yourself in the escape room. And are you ready for this? This is a really good prize. Are you listening? Zach doesn't care, but I'll tell you what. Whoever wins tonight is going to get 2 tickets to see the Big Bear Theater Project's production of the very, very exciting Little Shop of Horrors Performance Center. So they get 2 tickets to Little Shop of Horrors, 2 tickets to an escape room, and all those cookies. So everybody's excited to win this game. Am I right? The wine guy wants it bad. I see him over there. But now it's time to put all the names back into the Story Smash Can of Truth. And we're going to pull them out again and come on up. And
Can I say something for real here?
Please say it.
This is a wonderful audience. Thank you for coming out tonight.
That's right.
That's all. That's it.
Fuck LA. I like being up here where the air's
All right, you guys, we're starting the second round right now. Coming to the stage to tell a true 2-minute story is, come on up. Oh my God, it's our audience member. He's back. Come on up, Ryan. He doesn't even know. Come on, Ryan. All right, you guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget, Ryan, it's 2 minutes long. That's what it is.
This has been brought to you by Ruggs. Something to look forward to.
Ooh, ah.
Not a professional here. Interviews. Let me start with my wife on our first date, I guess. She was kind of a ball buster. She's Italian, so. By the way, I sell Italian wine Valdocas for sale at the bar. Shane's an excellent bartender back there, but yeah, she kind of put me in my place back in the day. I was kind of a shit show. I probably still am a little bit. Bill and Nancy, my neighbors right here in the front row, probably know that. They hear me a lot on the phone talking a lot, but not really sure where I was going with an interview. But the long and the short is, she did actually say yes. We've been through a lot of stuff together, and now I'm getting a little nervous. I don't know.
You're killing it.
And I'm going to make her pay for it when we get home later. She's gonna have to feed the dogs for 3 weeks after all this. But yeah, no interviews. By the way, for the record, I've been drinking on the boat for like 5 hours. I did scrape my knee, not an interview process, but I did scrape my knee jumping off a rock today, trying to do a backflip.
She asked you if you could dance.
But yes, yeah, she did ask me to dance. I'm actually a really good dancer if you have Rihanna on. And that was actually where I nailed the interview process, and I actually got her home, was when I put We Fell in Love in a Hopeless Place with Riri. My fawn-skinned family back then they can attest to it. They've seen me do it, and there's still 15 seconds left, so let's keep. What kind of show is this?
Dance.
I thought this was a PG show. And boom.
That was very interesting. No, you keep, okay. Hi. Go to the microphone. Abby Shackner.
Hey, well, if that's the story on interviews, then I might go and apply for a job with confidence. I don't do jobs or relationships, but see, you gave me hope in that 2 minutes. It might be possible for me. And I also got a little craving for lasagna and some physical activity. So, I really appreciate that. 4 lasagnas.
Wow, that's a lot. All right,
I love the way you take your time coming to the stage. Probably my favorite part. I thought it was nice the way you said interviews. Oh yeah, how I met my wife. That was a nice diversion, a nice little angle in there. A little curveball, a little highlight. I like the way you constantly throw your wife under the bus every time I say. A lot of shade under there. It's very cool under the bus. I love the way you said interviews and you looked at the clock. That was fucking great, dude. But I think it's time we told you this is an intervention. We're all here because we love you. We want to help. It was a great job. Well done.
All right. Piano Sugar, what did you think of Ryan's story?
You know, man, you're just like, you know, it was, I know you're really nervous, and I appreciate that a lot, and the good news for you is there's no way you're going to the finals. In case you're worried we're going to call you up again, every other contestant could shit the bed in any way, we wouldn't. But no, it was good. The great speakers of our time, you know, or of history. Abraham Lincoln, Mark Twain. They were famous for, in the middle of that their speech, going, "Hey, shout out to my friend Nero." And it was just. I faked my way through so many assignments in school, and you have all the respect because you did a better job than I did. hard to do.
And we forgot to tell people what you're even judging on.
Swimsuit?
Swimsuit. No, but you're judging on the story, the actual story. Like the story about the interviewing the wife, like that.
Exactly.
And then also they're scoring on the ability to stay on the top. Whoops, womp womp. And then they're also judging on the time.
Which
So
he fucking nailed.
he nailed the time. Yeah, he did. All right, we'll go around with applause for Ryan.
We also judge on Farmer's Stand. So,
All right, coming to the stage right now for a true 2-minute story is the one and only Zach Mendes. Zach! All right, guys, let's tell him what to do.
it's been brought to you by Tushy for the wettest balls at work.
All the way around, all the way around. Spin that wheel again, yeah, you don't get cheated.
This has been brought to you by Fruit Loops PM. Start your day off with a good night's sleep. Fruit Loops PM.
Oh, ghost stories. Well, this is very exciting. It's a new topic for us on the wheel. We got rid of pandemic because it was too depressing.
I just told a ghost story.
Ghost stories.
Okay, good. I got it.
Okay.
You can begin. I'll give you that permission. So before I moved to Los Angeles, I wasn't an actor, but I was acting in Miami. And I found a manager on Craigslist who hired me because he said I had the ghost of James Dean inside of me. He was an old Hollywood type. He used to be a producer for Chips, Eric Estrada, that kind of guy. He was a big, obese gay man from Rhode Island. He used to tell me stuff like, I was at Ed LaMotta's house and I saw Antonio Banderas get fucked by a Doberman Pinscher. And I would say, Larry, that's a lie. He would say, you're nobody in this town until you've been fucked by 2 dogs, okay? I said, Larry, I think it's important I become a good actor. He goes, you don't need to act. Tom Cruise is a movie star. He's been making movies for 20 years. He hasn't acted a day in his life. So anyway, before I moved to Los Angeles, he tells me, hey, Booby, we got you a movie role. And I say, that's amazing, Larry, that's amazing. Where's the audition? He goes, no audition. You just gotta meet with the director. I go, okay, where do I meet with the director? He goes, you're gonna go to an Italian restaurant beneath the director's apartment. You're gonna order the clams. I said, whoa, why the clams? He goes, you'll know in a second. Then after dinner, you're gonna go upstairs and he's gonna eat your asshole out. He goes, the reason for the clams is because they digest slow. I said, okay, Larry, thank you very much. I know, it's gross, but it's true. I said, Larry, can I think about this? I don't know if I want to denigrate myself. I think I'm a talented actor. I can get a role on my own. He goes, your decision. I ultimately decided to not let the director do what I said he was going to do. And after 10 years in Los Angeles, that was a mistake, guys. That was a mistake. Hard to come by. I would gladly let a director eat my asshole out for a role. It's better than auditioning, especially self-tapes. God bless you.
Another great story. Great job, Abby Schechner.
Clams, accents, the ghost of James Dean in your soul. Wow. I mean, you could have chosen Elliot Gould if you could have just eaten a sundae. But you know, whatever ghost is inside you, I'm just glad you made it on the other side. I'm glad you're in Los Angeles and that you didn't fall for that stuff. And that I thought that was a nice, articulate story. And so I give you clams and fries. Ooh, that's good. Because my mom liked it with Howard Johnson. So you get it.
All you can eat clam night, right? Blake the Patch.
Well, I'm never going to look at Eric Estrada the same way. That had everything. That had clams. That had Dobermans. But you know who really liked that story? A huge fucking white dog. That's a great story, Jack. Thanks for coming.
All right, Danny Zucker.
First of all, I want to apologize. I was going through something when I asked you to do that. You gotta remember, this was before the Me Too stuff, and Hollywood was a different place. And I had a lot of regrets. So So thank you for that. Boy, that was a really well-crafted story. I tell you, like, just as a, from a writing standpoint, I was like, you had a beginning, you had a middle, you had an end, you sort of back-ended it into a ghost story, which is amazing. I'll let that slide because that was pretty flawless when you did that. So, yeah, really good job.
All right,
Zach, a question.
Yes.
Hey, is that guy still alive?
He is.
Wow.
Yes, he's wonderful. He gave me the best advice.
Which was?
You shouldn't let that guy eat your ass.
Oh, yeah. He's still in Miami?
He's in Miami, yes, he's in Florida.
Thanks for the warning.
Thanks so much.
Zach Mendez.
Thank
Very
you.
good. All right, you guys, coming to the stage right now for a true 2-minute story is the one and only Craig Spivet. All right, guys, tell me what to do. Spin that wheel!
This has been brought to you by Crest Wet Strips. Say goodbye to dry teeth. Crest Wet Strips.
Holidays. All right, Craig lit it on holidays. Take your time, Craig. Whenever you're ready, they'll start the clock.
Yeah. Holidays haven't been good to Craigie or the Craigie Spigot. Hey, Jim Carlson. The Craig Spigot family has been rough. As I mentioned, I am a Jew. Thank you. And one of the big Jewish holidays is Yom Kippur. And it's not the real celebratory holiday that you think it is. It's something other than that, really. You don't eat, you feel horrible about your life choices for 24 hours, and then in theory you go over to your cousin's house and you break the fast. Every year we went over to cousin Gracie's house. Grace Frey, God bless Grace, she's gone now. But the good news is her lovely grandchildren are still alive. And every year I dreaded going there because one of her grandkids, I don't want to name him, he would come at me with whatever failed thing I had come up with and then remind me of my failure. Thank you. So thank you for bringing up the book, the Bringer Show book, because that one was out about a couple of years ago. And I go out there to Woodland Hills and I sit there and I eat. That's fun. That feels great to eat and everything like that. And we sit down, and my mom's like, he's got a new book out. And the grandkid's like, published? Because he's an Asian in training at CAA and everything. He's on the track. You know what I mean? And all that. I'm like, well, I'm kind of searching for a publisher for it right now. He's like, get back to me when you've got an agent, okay, Greg? He's 13, by the way. True story. Completely humiliated. And then I cried in the bathroom. Thank you.
All right, Craig. Well. We gotta be honest, it's only 1:42. He wasted a good 18 seconds. I mean, it's something to consider. Blank batch.
You know, I don't have a problem with bringing it in early. A short show's a good show. I love the way that you plugged your book 3 times in that.
Smart.
Nice, very nice. And I love the way that you have educated Big Bear about Jews more than anything they've ever written. Great job, Craig. Well done.
Danny Zucker.
No, I mean, those kids, it's like that old show. Kids are assholes. It's okay, I have them. And they are. No, I did 2 of my kids are great. No, it's a good story. I mean, you're really like, you're leaning, like, Judd Hirsch leans into the Jew less than you. I mean, you're saying. But you're funny, you came in short, I don't mind. And plug the goddamn book. I'm going to check it out now that I've heard of it, probably. Send me a copy. Billy
Yeah, Bringer Show. I'll say it a 4th time. That's it. You know what? I love the story where a 13-year-old is has all the leadership qualities. I understand that it's very difficult because sometimes at 13 you lose all your confidence, and And I had Orthodox Jewish relatives that were much smarter than me, went on to be all sorts of doctors, and I understand that. Greg, I give you 2 matzo balls and maybe a couple of bacon strips too, since it's Yom Kippur. I thought that that was a great story, and you're always delightful.
Greg Smith, love you. Great job, Greg. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. All right, you guys. There's only one name left in the Story Smash Can of Truth to tell a true 2-minute story. Let's bring her up right now, Tina Camino. All right, Tina, let's tell her what to do.
This has been brought to you by Lysol Wipes. A great way to wipe Lysol up things.
School days. School days.
Okay, so I grew up with a lot of people in my house. It was like a hostel. There was like 30 people. It wasn't even like, the hot young hostels with like, Americans visiting in Europe. It was like old people, relatives I didn't even know. It was like 30 people to one house. There was no bedroom, there was no bathroom, it was just the room. So growing up, I didn't really, you can have sleepovers, right? I'd be like, Tina, it's your turn to have a sleepover. I'd be like, sure, it's just like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You can come over, except, nobody speaks English, and are you comfortable using a bedpan? So, I know my grandma was one of the people I lived with, so she would pick me up after school. So, one day, I was in kindergarten, my brother was 3 years old, she comes to pick me up from kindergarten. She's with my younger brother, and he's on my tricycle. So once they come to pick me up, I tell him, I push him off, get off, that's fine. And then, so I'm on my tricycle. We walk to the in front of our building. There's a bunch of yellow school buses that are parked. So she tells me, wait here, I'm gonna cross the street with your brother. I said, sure, no problem, I'll wait. So she crosses with my brother, and I'm waiting, no problem. I'm on my tricycle, and then I realize, oh my God, my favorite rerun of Walker, Texas Rangers is about to air. I cannot wait. So I cross the street, and I get hit by a car. I do, it's fine, I lose consciousness. And the guy isn't even apologetic. Once I regain consciousness, he's like, pretending he has like a neck ache or something. He's like, where's your insurance? Why were you on your phone? I'm like, chill out, it's Fisher Price. He's trying to like sue me. I'm like 5 years old, what are you gonna do? But I lived, and my grandma kind of felt guilty, but we're past that, She's dead now, but.
Okay. Tina Camino. Well, she's a couple seconds old. We're ready to pretty flexible days, isn't it?
Wow. First of all, I think like any, Latino people in this audience must have felt the way I felt when Judd was doing the Jew stories. That's right. But here's like I'm a writer. I have a couple of Goldie Globe. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I have a Peabody as well. It doesn't. None of that is important. What's important is this. A lot of times, you have an amazing story there. I was hit by a car and knocked unconscious. I would say is the meat and potatoes of that story.
Very believed.
You treated that like it was like, oh, and I had eggs for breakfast. So I would just encourage you, because all the elements were there. But you're so funny, you're so charming, and you have a lot of funny things. So that's a lot of points.
Yeah, all right. Abby Scheffner.
Well, I particularly loved the tension that you created. There was a lot of tension in that story. I didn't know if your grandma was going to get wiped out or the brother. I'm glad it was you. I'm glad you got your head together. But I also appreciated that you had a connection to a television show, because I feel that way too. Every Wednesday, sometimes I'm like Survivor's on. At noon, I'm like Survivor's on tonight. Or Friday, I'm like RuPaul's on tonight. So I have that too. So I really appreciate the power of television in your life and just that chaos of the hostel. But I just love the tension you created, and I think that was a great story. So thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I would like to share a quick story. When I was in college, where I grew up in Pittsburgh, not to brag, I went to a Catholic university. University, and I was being taught, one of my classes was, well, a lot of classes were taught by priests, and I lied to this instructor who was a priest, and I told him that I had a job in downtown Pittsburgh every day at 2:30, so I had to leave at 2:20, so I had to get to my job. But I didn't have a job, I just had to get back across campus by 2:30 to watch the Beverly Hillbillies. Blake the Batch.
A 5-year-old watching Texas Walker Texas Ranger is amazing to me. I remember I was at Kmart with my parents, and I realized that I was missing Battlestar Galactica. And we got home, and there were 5 minutes left. I was like, I missed it! I'm not going to see it until it's reruns again! Because that was, before the internet and stuff. I'm still upset. I missed Battlestar Galactica that night. But that was great. You got hit by a car. You watched Walker Texas Ranger. But my favorite part of that story is the world's largest ice shaker at the bar, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the bar. Fantastic.
Tina Tomato, let her hear it. Tina Tomato. Well. We have found ourselves at the end of round 2, and now 2 names are going to go back into the bucket, and those 2 contestants are coming up to tell a true 3-minute story. So let's put a minute on the clock, and let me just let you guys know that this show right here that we're performing right now, Story Smash, will be up on my podcast this Tuesday, the Story Worthy Podcast. Now, you guys, my neighbors here in the front row, you know how long I've been podcasting. I've been podcasting for 14 years. And I have made hundreds of dollars. Make sure you check out Storyworthy, and you will hear Story Smash on the air this Tuesday. Now, we're going to talk to these guys and see about who's going on to the final round. But the name will go in the Story Smash Bucket of Truth, and we'll pull out the first contestant who's coming up for 3 minutes. What?
It was fantastic tonight. It was difficult picking 2 to go to the finals. It was very hard. But
Danny, was it really hard to pick the finals?
It was actually. This was like not an easy one. Often, it's really easy.
Yeah. But not tonight.
Not
All
tonight.
right.
We got ugly.
First person to come up to tell a true 3-minute story is... What the fuck? Oh, Zach Mendez!
It's been brought to you by Bathrobes. Keep your dick from touching the cold sink. With a bathrobe.
Breakup. Did you land on this? Before? Okay, breakup. 3 minutes. Take your time. Breakup.
All right. In 2014, I got married to my boss, who I had been dating for 6 weeks, and we got married in Las Vegas. Okay, here's what happened, okay? We won a competition to go into a kickball tournament in Las Vegas by Jim Beam. I don't have that much time to explain, so I'll just leave it right there. So me and my then boss/girlfriend go to this kickball tournament, and we are down 16-1 in the 7th inning. Really getting our shit handed. I turn to her and I go, baby, it's you and me. Let's bring this team back. We have a passionate kiss, and then we do bring that team back. All the way to bring it back. Say it again, sister. Bring it back. All the way to 15-16. We're both on base. We're ready for the winning score, and the guy gets up to the bat and grounds it out at third. We lose the kickball tournament. I turn to my then girlfriend/boss, who I'd been dating for 6 weeks, and say, that was anticlimactic. Let's get married. And she said, let's do it. So we rushed over to the courthouse, because you have to get a license before you get married, apparently. And we rushed over to the courthouse, and we're waiting in line. And we're standing there, all full of vim and vigor. And I'm looking at her like, all right, we're really going to do this. We're getting married. I thought to myself, man, 2 more RBIs and we wouldn't be here right now. Damn. But we do get the license. We get the license. And then eventually, we get to a little chapel in downtown Las Vegas. I don't know if you know this, but there's the Strip and then there's Fremont, Las Vegas. We went to the seedier part of Las Vegas to get married. We go to the little chapel, we pick out $20 rings, and in walks our Reverend, Reverend Joe. He's smoking a cigarette, wearing a cowboy hat, and he's got a bolo tie, and he goes, "Who am I marrying?" And I say, "Us, sir." And he goes, "Okay, there's 2 types of ceremonies I can give you. God or no God." And I'm a non-practicing Jew, so I say, "No God." And she says, "God." And I turn to her, I go, "You're religious?" She goes, "Deeply Christian." I said, "Good to know." And then we got married outside in downtown Las Vegas, on our knees, smoking Parliament cigarettes. Needless to say, we were divorced 18 months later. But if you have the chance to have a kickball tournament in Las Vegas, I highly suggest it. Just marry whoever you're next to. Thank you so much.
I can't even start it. That was a fucking clinic. Beginning, middle, end. I mean, what? You don't know she's deeply Christian.
Thought she was atheist.
Tina doesn't know where her boyfriend is from. There's a pattern amongst the stories. A million points. You're amazing.
Amazing. Abby Schechner.
Oh my God, I love it. You know what I was thinking? Well, first of all, you got group participation, so like that gets extra points. Someone felt it so deeply, they called back. I feel like I do. I was thinking of repeating the word "I do" see the red flags, but I like that you were. It feels like you switched to like a little person when you were on your knees. What did I really want to say? I don't know. That was just a wonderful story. You do characters in your stories.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, we see it, we felt it. I was there. Thank you so much. You get a free trip to Vegas.
Nice job. All right, Blake Patch.
That was a fantastic story. You know, my wife is here. My wife and I got married in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We were married for almost 19 years.
Wow, that's a lot.
All 19. Married all 19. And we were there because we were there for the Crown Royal Pickleball Final. That story really struck close to home. I love it when you said "good to know" when you found out that your wife was completely incompatible with you. And I wish we would have had the God, no God choice. That was nice. Our guy snuck God in at the end.
They will do that.
Did they have? Was it the little white chapel?
It was the little white
The
chapel.
one that says Dennis Rodman and Charlie Tilton up front?
They were not out front. No. But
Oh, like on the sign, I mean.
it was the cheapest place you could get rings.
That's the place.
Yeah.
You got rings as well at the same place?
Yeah, they turned our fingers green.
How much were the rings?
$20.
Oh my gosh, $20.
We did not have lots of craft table.
I'm sorry. I always cry when it's.
That was great, Zach. Thank you so much.
Well, we're just that much closer to giving away the homemade chocolate chip cookies. Before we go on, let's give a big round of applause to our expert judges tonight. David Duke, Abby Schechner, Blake Patch. And the last story of the night coming out to tell a true 3-minute story is Tina Camaro. All right, you guys, let's go. What do you do?
This has been brought to you by 9 Guys Burgers. Now there's too many guys. 9 Guys Burgers.
Pets. Whenever you're
because I have 2 dogs. I still live with my mom, so it's my mom and it's 2 dogs. And it's, people say like, you're an adult, why do you still live with your mom? Well, it's cultural. People in my culture move out, like the men move out when they get married. Women move out when we're sold. The problem is when I was 18, I was listed on Amazon.com. Now you can find me on Overstock. Anyway, so it took a lot of convincing to have my mom get me my first dog. I'm trying to put the pets in there. So I have a dog, he's 13. I've had my dog for 13 years, and I lived with my mom for, at least 13 too. And we were discussing the will recently. I was like, when by we I mean me behind her back, and I was like, Mom, I don't think it's fair that I'm supposed to split the will with my brother 50-50 because he moved out 3 years ago. He abandoned us. I'm the one that stayed at home to watch her. I watch her clean my room, pay my bills. Mom asked for help. She's like, help me, Tina, help me. I'm like, ask your dog. And my dog Maggie, who's 13, I'm just putting him on the floor. So it's like, hello, like, have some consideration for your only daughter. Give me the house. And, okay, pets, and then, like, my... dogs aren't allowed at Chuck E. Cheese, but my first kiss with my mom, kind of weird. She was drunk. Great 26th birthday, though. Chuck E. Cheese. That's the bad news. The good news is we're like top 1% on OnlyFans now. So. Anyway, so my dog Magnum, he's 13. My mom she was a bit, hesitant to have him, but I have dog Fluffy, so it's just me and my mom and 2 dogs, so get rid of that. And then, before we had pets, my mom used to take us to Vegas a lot. That was her favorite, take your child to Vegas was like our holiday. And she loved to gamble, but she was also very cheap. I'd ask her, like, Mom, she's at the slots, can I have $20? And she'd be like, is it for food? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And she's like, no. The only thing I feed tonight is slot machine. I'm like, okay, great. And then she would leave us alone with grandma for hours at the casino. Not my grandma, any. Oh, done. Okay.
Tina Caleo! Wow, that was a great story. Amazing story. Tina, what is your culture?
My mom's an immigrant. I'm not sure from where. We're not that close.
All right, Abby Shackner, what'd you think?
Well, first of all, we all can see that Tina's hilarious. She's very funny. What I like about that story is that you met the story where you were. You only can be true to the stories that we have, and what a world you let us in on. And I know pets is a part of it too, but it's coming. It's coming. You're the pet. The other grandma's the pet. There's so many pets. It's deeper than what it seems. It's not as surface as it seems. I enjoy the story.
Dog 13.
Yeah, and I like the one who's named Magnum and Fluffy. I heard that.
All right.
Yeah, that's about okay.
Details.
Give it to other people. Tina, I give you three cherries.
That was absolutely Dangerfieldian. It really was. It was loaded with jokes. I loved it. I love that I'm going to be able to buy you on Etsy later. It's fantastic. It had hot mother on daughter action. You can get that on Etsy too these days. You made us Flatlanders look really good, but you know who really liked that story? That big fucking white dog. Look at that big fucking white dog. Good job, Tina.
Danny Zucker!
Marley and me. Old Yeller. That story. These are the 3 great animal stories. All about pets. And you're just so goddamn funny. My favorite thing in that story, and this is the way to go if you gotta do it, is just to own how not a pet story it is. All the way through. You knew we were gonna, it was just like, that's expert level performance. Because we've had people up here who will do the little maneuver and then hope we didn't notice. It had nothing to do with funerals. And but you just owned it, and every time you went back to it and pointed it out, I cracked up. So you're funny as fuck. I'm gonna
Great job, Tina Cabello. Well, this is a very exciting part of the show when our expert judges chooses who exactly is going home with chocolate chip cookies, 2 tickets to an escape room, and 2 tickets to Little Shop of Horrors. Let's put a minute on the clock. I wanted to give a big... Oh, they're saying coin toss. No way. There was clearly a woman. No. I want to give a big shout out, you guys. Really, listen up. I want to give a big shout out to Mike Rotman. Mike Rotman is the guy who produced this show. And he and also Brian Adams, right here to the left, are committed to really bringing up some great shows to Big Bear. And of course, they've already done Annie, which was very exciting. And now they're doing Little Shop. And so they're really... Oh, Lizard, that's the one. I always call her Annie. Is her name Annie? Yes. Was her name Annie? Yes. That's why I think of her. Whatever, man. Whatever. I haven't had alcohol in a year and a half. That's a goddamn miracle. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really notice that much. Sometimes I'll notice things like, I don't have as many recyclables to take outside. Or, look at that, there's more room in my refrigerator. Or like, oh my God, I haven't shit my pants all day. So it's really nice being alcohol free. Anyway, you guys, one more time, big round of applause for Brian Adams right here. And Beth with the Big Bear Theater Department. Thank you, Beth. Bartenders are over there. Thank you. We're going to be hanging out here, listening to music and having some drinks. So feel free to stick around to sessions. This place is amazing, by the way. You should see my room. In fact, come on over to my room. I got the show. We're all going to my room. Party in my room.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Christine Blackburn?
Who is taking home all the cookies, the escape room, and the tickets to Little Shop of Horrors?
This was hard, guys.
The hot man! The hot man!
Did you hear that? They want the hot man. Take off your shirt, Zach!
You convinced me. It's the hot man.